Hello everyone, welcome. It's Adam here with another Top Tips P3D video. This time we're talking all about AI traffic. What if I told you I could give you AI traffic all over your sim as much as you'd like and it not affect your frame rates? Sounds too good to be true? Well, watch this video and I'll show you how. So, talking about AI traffic, currently in P3D, there's three ways to handle this. You have your what came with P3D default traffic and the schedules that it sets, which are just randomly made up. The liveries that come with it are very poor. It's like Global Airlines or, you know, Pacific Airways, and the skins just look awful. Nothing to do with real world operations. And the schedules again are just, you know, and there's only like 3 or 4 airplane types. I think you've got the A321, possibly a 737, I'm not too sure, but it's very sparse, you know. The second option is to go with a third party add-on such as Ultimate Traffic Live or Global Traffic or Traffic 360. And they can be very frame rate heavy applications, especially if your machine isn't as good as you'd like it to be. You can take a hit in frame rate performance, and if achieving 30 frames a second is important, which it is to me, then it might not be the best option. The third option is to download a model set of airplanes with as many liveries as they give you and go online, like VATSIM or IVAO, and then every user that you see in that sim, their plane is represented by this model set you've downloaded. And again, they could still have hundreds in the vicinity, not as many as you would with that third-party app. So it's a bit less of a frame rate hit, but it's still a frame rate hit, you know. But again, what if I could tell you that you could have as many real-world liveries operating real-world schedules in your sim and it not take a hit in the frames? Still get 30 constant, okay? Well, I'm going to show you that now, okay? I at the moment, as you know, I get 30 frames solid in my sim, and I've only got the default AI roaming around. So, but we're going to swap over now, and I'm going to show you exactly what I've got here. I don't actually have any third-party app. So, looking at my airplanes in my sim, this is every airplane I have in my sim. If we go to commercial airliner, this is one of the default planes. There's only 4 liveries here. And they're very bad representations of what the liveries are. I can't show you what that is because I've actually swapped out my textures for those liveries. So, for instance, if we go in here, this one is an American Airlines plane. So, anytime that this 0 would have shown up, which, what is the name of these things? Commercial airliner, Paint 2, that's it. World Travel Airlines, that's it. World Travel Airlines, this was. It's actually going to show up as an American Airlines. The next one down is thomascook.com. And I've also got Aer Lingus. And I believe British Airways is this one. So the ones that I see mainly at Birmingham are textures 4 and 5. So that's Aer Lingus and British Airways. Now, Birmingham Airport does have Aer Lingus operating out of it. I don't currently see any British Airways, but it may operate out of it. But basically, this is just what the sim gave me in terms of commercial airliner. Now, there's about 4 different plane types. You've got your commercial airliner. You've got your the Bombardier CRJ 700 and the Dash 8-100. And these basically are your AI planes in your sim. And if basically you replace the texturing within these folders without touching your CFG, without touching this here, but just literally replace what it did have. This one's an Air France with a different livery, but using the same texturing here the same folder file names and the way it textures. In other words, trying to find this plane and then a texture repaint for it and just swapping them out. That will actually give you some real world airlines in your sim without actually having any real world air schedules or a third-party app. It will give you some like real world AI traffic almost in terms of what it looks like, you know. Airbus A321 is another one, and that's just a blank white texture. I've never seen that in the sim. So that's basically all the planes. Now what I've done is I've also, and I'm going to put the link in the description box below. There's 3 links. There's one to FLAI. There's one to alphaindia.net and the flight plans that they offer. And then there's another one to stuff for flightsim.com and the AI flight planner. Now, basically, what I'm going to show you is how you can, using the default scheduling system, is create your own flight plan schedule system for your planes that you have in the sim. So if we go back to the planes that I've got in my sim, currently I've got some CRJ, I've got some de Havilland 6 planes, I've got some DC-10s, got some DC-8 as well as PMDG and Quality Wing 757, 787, and the Avro and the 146. Now these are always in my sim. Like, these are always loaded into my my folder here, my airplane folder. But I do have a load more planes, and these are, it's a more extensive list here, as you can see. Now every plane you see here, FLAI offer as a model set, right? So if you click the link below and you head to here, download it, install it, it'll show you exactly how. It's very easy. Then just bookmark this page here, which has all the schedules going back to 2008, and then come down here, download, just click on that and it will pop up and download. I'm not going to do it because I've already downloaded it, as you can see. And then when you open that up, you will see something like this. It will open up to this here, as you can see. It's all this is in here. Okay, so I've already opened it up and it's here. Now there's 3 folders that are going to be blank for you: flight plans, repaints, and traffic files. Now repaints I don't use, but flight plans I do. So anything you download from this website here, I pop in my flight plan folder. As you can see, I've already downloaded a few. And then when you go through the program here and you create a schedule, you need to save it somewhere. And so I save it in traffic files. And as you can see, I've saved a load. Now, it might take you an afternoon to do this. It's totally worth it because the frame rates that it saves you, honestly, it uses the default way of injecting the traffic, so you don't have a third-party app, and you're creating the flight plan completely, just like Ultimate Traffic Live would, just like Global Traffic would, but you're doing everything yourself, and it is so easy, so simple. So step 1, go download the models, okay? And you'll download them to a location of your choice. Go and bookmark your flight plan folder or your flight plan location, and go download AI Flight Planner version 3. And once you've done that, boot up AI Flight Plan version 3, and it'll look something like this. Now, you need to know first off where your planes are stored, like where your flight plans for your sim are stored, and they are stored in the scenery folder. So go to your P3D folder on the C drive, go to scenery, go to world, and into scenery, and you'll see here there's traffic files at the bottom. Now this is the default one here, okay? The ones that I have put in And yours will look exactly like this. Yours won't have anything else in unless you've installed third-party stuff in. And if you want to get rid of that, all you got to do is delete those traffic files that you want to get rid of, and the traffic will no longer show in your sim. So these are the ones that I've put in, and I've got a BAC 111 British Caledonian, a DC 10 British Caledonian. I've got Ryanair, Flybe, and I've got a 787 and a 757, both in British Caledonian. So I'm going to pop them into my sim. Boom, they're in now. So they now will show up in the world. And now I'm going to show you how you can do it for yourself. So start up the application and you'll have a screen like this. Okay. Now the first thing you need to do is you need to create a flight plan, and we're going to do one right now. So go to Files and you go to Open Traffic File. Now when you tick that, it's going to send you to wherever, and you've got to navigate to where you're going to download your flight plans. Okay. Now I've put mine in flight plans. Okay. They're not showing up because they're not traffic BGL files that are in here. They are actual zip files. Okay. So first off, we need to go claim these zip files. Okay. So let's go to our flight plans, which is on alphaindia.net. Thank you guys so much. And right now we are in March, which is classed as winter. So I'm going to right click on that and open that in a new window. And here is a list of all the schedules for all the available livery or airlines, however you want to call it. Now, at the end of the day, it's not a complete list. You know, I have not been able to find Flybe in this particular one. And I've gone back through a lot of these, and I only found it in one of the winter packages. So I was quite lucky there. But just search for one. Now, let's see here. Out of Birmingham. What comes through out of Birmingham? Lufthansa, they come through out of Birmingham. Is there a Lufthansa one? No. KLM, I think, also do. So we're going to go with KLM. KLM winter package, and that's going to be stored into my flight plan folder here. Save that. That's now downloaded. Boom. So we're going to go here, open traffic file, turn that to all files, and tick the KLM winter one and open that up. And it's going to open it up, and you're going to, these three boxes are just going to go crazy now. Now what we're looking for is we're looking for this to fly out of Birmingham. This file contains unused, just clear that off. It means nothing. Yes, it does. It flies out of Birmingham. Brilliant. So box is broken up into 3 segments. This is every plane that KLM fly with in their airline. So we've got 747s, we've got 777s, we've got A330s, we've got 787, we've got 737-800, yada yada yada. And these are a list of all the airports that KLM operate out of, every single one in the world. And this is a list of their fleet that fly everywhere. Wow. Okay. Now, first off, want to make sure that you've got your version ticked correctly here. I've got mine, the time zone set to local standard time. And basically what you're going to do is, for the plane that you want to double click. So let's see here. What do I want to see in my sim in Birmingham? Let's see. I don't think a 747 has ever operated out of Birmingham. I'm not sure. I could be wrong on that, but we'll say it has. So you double click on that and it opens up this window here. Again, make sure you've got your correct version ticked. And this is a list of all the aircraft, the flight sim aircraft, okay, that can be used with the 747-400. So, and at the end of the day, if you haven't got any one of these, you can download them, but you might have to pay for some of them. But there is a way to swap out these ones without having to download and pay for ones you've already got on your sim, and you just click the substitute button, and what it'll do is it'll scan your sim and every aircraft that it knows you've got. Click UI and click airline if you want to narrow the search a bit more. So we've got some DC-8, we've got some DC-10, we do have some 737, and we do have some 747-400, old colors and new, and that's with the FAIB as well that it has. It's also got some A330 and some PMDG. Now here we go, PMDG. So if I wanted all my traffic to show up as PMDG aircraft, you'd be like, whoa mate, that'll bring your sim to its knees. Actually it won't. What it will do is it will ensure that I have high quality aircraft in my sim, because it'll be using the paint scheme and the model set for PMDG. Okay, but it doesn't use the internal, you know, cockpit, or you know, the processes that the PMDG uses. It just uses the model and the livery and any effects files that are assigned to it. But we're not going to use PMG anyway, to be honest. But I do want a 747, so we will go with old colors. Okay, so we're going to use that one. Now it's basically going to tick off. Now it doesn't have to match what it says here with here. I could tick 789 if I wanted to. What it's doing is it's actually saying, instead of using this model here for this plane here, you use this model here. Gone. And as you can see, it's going down the list of all of these. So it's going for all the 400s. It's going to be a KLM. Now, I haven't got any 777s in here. Well, that doesn't matter, because I can just use a 787 as a 777. And any plane that is in KLM's fleet that's a 777 will suddenly now be a 787. A330, I might actually keep that as A330. I did see one here, so we'll use A330 legitly. It's also got some 787s, so we'll go back to that and we'll tick on that. Use them for that. And then we've got 737. So go up to 737. Do you know what? We'll use these ones as the PMDG. So we've got 737-900 winglets. So 900 winglets, that's them. Dum. Then we've got the 800s. Do we have any? Again, it doesn't really matter. I could choose DC-8 if I wanted to, and that's going to be them. And then we'll use the DC-10 as the city hoppers. So that's it. Now I've completely rejigged my aircraft list to include the Quality Wing 787, the FLAI 747, the FLAI A330, Quality Wing 787, PMG, yada yada yada. Right. Select compile parameters. That's the file it's going to be called. Winter 2019 to 2020, and just leave these ticked and hit continue. And when that's, well, it has been done, it's basically just saved the location. You click compile. Now on here, as long as that says uniform and you don't get any errors, you're laughing. So basically this number here is linked to your slider in your settings in your sim, basically stating what percentage of that slider has to be set to activate this. Now in my sim, this would not show because it needs it to be 75 or more. If I lowered it to 80%, it would show. If I lowered it to 70%, it wouldn't show. So I'm just going to leave this at 75 because I think mine is set to 100, so this will show. Click adjust and it will compile the traffic and save it to that location here. And as you can see, we should see KLM Winter. There it is. It's now in the sim. So we save file the set and it saves it to the flight plans folder. No, the traffic files folder. Saves it to there. Save. Boom. That's done. We can exit out of that and now we're going to boot up the sim. Okay, so we're back in the sim. It's just loaded up, and as you can see, we've got traffic here. I can see some Aer Lingus, British Airways, KLM, British Caledonia there. What else we got? So we got British Caledonia there. We've got Flybe, and that's the Dash 8 Q400 Flybe. We've got quite a lot of Flybe. Ryanair there, which is the FLAI one. But yeah, quite a lot of liveries, as you can see. Here comes another one coming into land. I could plane spot all day. I really could. You know, it's just like plane spotting on VATSIM. This, you know. Except they always grease the landing every time. They've never, or they go around, but they've never, you know what I mean, done a horrible landing. It's always been brilliant. Here we go, coming in. Boom, touchdown, crowd goes wild. Look at that. Oh yeah. Grease that puppy. So yeah, basically. And this is Birmingham. Oh, it was a Ryanair before. So it feels very alive now, you know, and I haven't got any AI traffic, you know, installed. So open up the app basically, and we're going to create a 747 from scratch. Okay. So first off, you need to add your aircraft. So add single aircraft to list. And if you just, you don't have to really push anything here except, you know, you want to scan by either path or title. Well, I'm going to do by path because I actually have got some AI in my D drive or some planes in my D drive that I'd like to use. So as you can see here, I've got all this here, and I'd like to import some of this here. So what shall we put in that can land at Birmingham? The A310, yeah? Tom, A310, there we are. A310, sim objects, airplanes, and it is, there's two of them here. Which one is it? There's that one, which is the one I want. And then you've got the 300, which is not the one I want. So it's the 100. So there we go. Click on that. Use that. Unable to find the MDL. Oh, that's because it's using, I bet, the model. But it's using, which it then bounces to the 300. Ugh. So basically, yeah, I can't find the actual model for it. So what I need to do to resolve that is I need to go into here, the GE, and actually copy this here, these three folders here, because the plane that I'm using, the 100, uses the, where is it? Uses the GE model, which is in here. So paste them in here. Now it'll find it when we do it again. 100. It's found it. British Caledonian. Beautiful. Yes. Update to aircraft list. Now the A310 is in there. Now it's got all types of information here as well. So parking type. Well, it's a gate. So we'll use that. It's also a ramp, so we could use that. It's updated. We can exit out. Right, so now we've got the British Caledonia here. We need to tell it what airports to go to. So what we do is we want to start a new flight plan, and it'll load up this. Now this is basically its schedule. So we want it taken off from Birmingham, e.g. BB, and what we'll do is we'll set it at the time as 11:45. Okay, so departure time 11:45, and it's going to, let's see, Gatwick Airport. Just a short flight. So it automatically takes into consideration the time. Now it's a 42-minute flight, which means it ain't going to get there till 12:27, and there's a turnaround time. So at 12:45, it's ready to fly back for a 45-minute trip, which means it probably won't get back here for the 42 minutes at 1:30. So how long is that? That's 3 hours from that time. So the next available further on from that is 4 hours. Now, if this ever comes up, you have to start from scratch. Okay? New flight plan. And click the 4 hour first. Right? Give it a flight plan number. And then type in that. Sometimes that doesn't happen. And you're fine. But if it ever does, then it won't work properly. Even if you correct the error, it still won't work. Right? Now, this plane doesn't have a registration for some reason. Which is a bit weird because it did. So we've got to go back to our CFG file. And there is a registration number here. That's the registration number. So pop that in. Now once we pop that in, we could also have it done by registration, but it's going to be done by the flight number. That's the call sign. So we'll give it a bit more of a unique one. 5123 we'll call it. Now it has to be a number. The flight number has to be within 16,000. So it's 1 to say 16,000. Activity level, we'll put that to 100. So that's the activity level of the slider. And then we can save that. Now that's saved. We add the leg. So we basically want the return journey. 5123 back to Birmingham every 4 hours. There is that. And save that. Now there we go. This is a complete round trip. I've just created a flight plan of the A310 taking off from Birmingham at 11:45, which is in like less than 20 minutes, and it's going to land at Heathrow, and then it's going to come back again, and that is it. Right, so we add that to the list. Flight plan is now updated, and it should be now in your list. There it is. So we can exit out of that. That's fine. And this is one flight plan for one plane between these two airports. That is it. Compile the parameters. And now we want to give it a name. So what I tend to do is I tend to type in the name of the plane. So it's the A310. And then the airport it's going from, which is Birmingham. Now we want to copy that name. Continue, compile, adjust, and that's done. And then when we save the file set, okay, we want to add that save bit on, and that just tells me what that is. And there we go. Now I'm going to boot up the sim, and we should see it in there. And lo and behold, here we are back in the sim, and there is the A310 there, just waiting to depart out, which it should be leaving in like 3 minutes. It's due to take off. Anyway, I'm just going to go position myself at the runway, and we're going to watch it take off. So here we are at the edge of the runway. We've got quite a few planes here lining up to take off. Aer Lingus. There's some British Airways, a lot of Flybe lying around here, and the A310 is just on its pushback now, and it's going to be taxiing out for a takeoff, and that will be heading to Gatwick as we planned it to, and basically it will fly its route non-stop. So it'll go to Gatwick, it'll have like a 20-minute turnaround, and then it'll fly back and land here at the time specified, wait like I guess 6 hours after it first took off, and repeat that whole process again in the 24-hour time slot. So as you can see, it's pretty easy to inject this this traffic. Now I thought the reason I was getting 25 frames in the last segment of this video was because I was recording, which I'm recording now, but as you can see, I'm still on 30. It was actually the KLM 747 livery or schedule, which wasn't even showing in Birmingham, so I've just removed it because I guess KLM don't fly on the date that we are on out of Birmingham. They might only do selected days, but they must have a very big schedule out elsewhere, which is still flying. If we actually go to the air traffic section, it should be listed here as well, the A310. And if we actually clicked on this, it would actually give us a fly, sort of like a little version of its thingy. And I don't know if we are visible out where we were. Yeah, we are. There we are. We're in that jet there. We're visible. So, but look at the modeling on this now. This is a really nice model of the A310, and you know, I can't believe I've got it in here as AI traffic. I mean, it's highly detailed, this model. Really nice engines. Look at that, they're spinning and everything. And it's treated just like AI. So, like this, I wouldn't be able to fly this version. I couldn't hop in the cockpit of this and start flying it. But the model that it's used is the one that I do fly, or I could fly, with a full cockpit, working engines, as you can see. Beautiful texturing. That's the CRJ. I mean, these are the planes that they used as if I would be using them, but they're used as AI, and it doesn't take a hit to the frame rate. So, I mean, that's just mega. I mean, yes, you have to do everything yourself. So, like, I had to create its flight plan, but you know what this means is I could actually look up real-world flight plans from British Caledonia and inject them into my sim. I do it for all of them. Now, okay, you might say, yeah, but that's what, you know, the programs do. They inject real-world, you know, information into your sim for you. You don't even have to code it all yourself. It's already done for you. But, you know, having that program running does actually take performance away from your machine. And as you can see, we've got quite a hefty airport here. A lot of Flybees, Aer Lingus, there's Ryanairs over here. You know, stuff just lining to take off. There's a lot of stuff in the sky as well. I mean, just if we look around, I bet we can see somebody flying in the sky. He says, and then doesn't see anybody. There they go. The one's just taken off there. That one's there. And there's many more in the sky. And many more lining to take off, which we're going to watch. We're going to wait till the British Caledonia one takes off. So, guys, yeah, if you're really interested in, you know, learning how to do this, it is pretty simple. It's very quick once you know how. And it is so super smooth on your frame rates. And it's actually using the planes that you've got within your sim. So, for instance, if we go back to that flight bag thing, and if we start her up, I don't think it... Like, it's so super easy to implement this stuff, you know? You've literally just got to choose your aircraft initially, add single aircraft to list, scan your entire fleet that you have on your computer, and here is a list of everything I have. So if I wanted to put in a PMDG right now, obviously it wouldn't show in the sim right now because I'd have to restart my sim for that flight plan to take place, or at least I would have to, yeah, I'd have to restart my sim. But if I wanted to put in a PMDG, I could. If I clicked UI, it would then go for all the ones that I've got now. PMDG, there's no... I'd have to choose... So, do you know what? Let's go for the DC-6. DC-6 cargo service. Definitely. So use that. Add that to the list. Okay, so now it's here. So we can clear off this. Now, I've now got to add the flight plan list of information. So start new flight plan. And this one is going to run a 2-hourly service. And we're going to call this 1011. And of course, it's going from Birmingham. But this one's going to be going, and it's going to depart from midnight every 2 hours to EGNX, which I believe is East Midlands. Oh, yeah, East Midlands. Only takes 25 minutes to get there. So, I mean, to be honest, 50 minutes is an hour, so it could actually... No, it'd have to be 2 hours. So, every 2 hours, that's going to be happening. We need the registration, and then we can save it. Add the next leg back to Birmingham. Add the flight number 1011. So this thing is going to be flying quite regularly. 24-hour schedule. Save that. Add that to the flight list. Flight plan is updated. We can exit out of that, and here it is. This is the flight plan for it all. So we can now compile. And obviously we want to give it a name. So we go DC6. And it's the DC6 BOAC. And that is out of Birmingham. And then we want to take that as well because we need that. Continue. Compile. 100. Adjust. And that's it. It is now actually in the system. And we want to save the set as that. And there we go. And if we go to my scenery folder, right here, there it is, BOAC. Right. A310 is taken off now. Go for it, stud. The A310 landed at Birmingham during the 80s and the 70s. I don't know when it last flew, but it's about to take off now. The only thing with this is, which I've yet to sort of configure, is the sounds. It doesn't even use the sound from the aircraft itself. So as you can see, it's completely silent. Now, if you're in your aircraft, that's probably not going to be a problem. And there is a way to add the sound as well. Totally, there is a way. But I just haven't discovered that yet. And as soon as I do, I will do an update to this video. But let me know what you think, guys. How do you get airplane into your sim? How do you do it without affecting your frame rates? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And maybe next time we come around, we're going to see some DC6 flying around with a lot of Flybe and Ryanair. Anyway, I got a dash now. I got a dash 8. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.